Hello everybody. Welcome back to Space Engineers Duchy. I know, it's been a couple of days. Life. It's kind of a bitch sometimes, you know? Bah! You flew through me. Hi. So, yeah, life's gotten a little bit funky the last couple of days. And it's gonna get even more funky for the next couple of days as well, in the week. Because my dad has asked me to assist with things. So I'm gonna be over at his place for a couple of days. So, probably not episodes, like, at all on the channel until I get back, which I know is kind of frustrating. It's frustrating for me too, trust me. You have no idea. But what's really driving me nuts right now isn't that, it's Space Engineers itself. And I'm going to, instead of tell you, I'm gonna demonstrate. So let's all run down to the Snuffle Up, I guess. And we'll get that going. It's morning! So I did kind of do some stuff with the Snuffle Up, I guess. And if you'll notice, there's a couple of additions to the bay here. I put in a big cargo container. Azimuth is awesome, by the way. Another hydrogen container because I'm just getting a whole lot of ice and whatnot. For a couple of days, the stone crusher didn't work. It's now working again, so I gotta put another sorter over there. Oh well. Stuff's happening. But this is the major one. I'll come out here, and I'll turn this on. Right now, Snuffle Up, I guess, is off. And I can move, just holding Alt. Now watch. I turn it on, and everything starts to lag. Everything starts to lag. And this is only a mild little snippet. You know, it's just absolutely crazy. I went out for a mining run, and I didn't record it because this is so frustrating. Because, yeah, it was not pretty whatsoever. So, yeah, and right now, I'm frozen. I am stuck until this lag resolves itself. And it finally did. But turn off the ore detector and everything's fine. So, that's a thing. And Robin Shield did make mention of that in one of his episodes, so he took off the ore detector, and frankly, I may do the same thing, just because it's... yeah. It's like that. But I'm thinking we should go through and do some work on the base. Because that's something I haven't done in a long freaking time. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do what I can do to move the Snuffle Up, I guess. Now, finally! That shows up. Yay. I can now change the name. For some reason, for a couple of days, I couldn't do that. Anyway, so I'm gonna go through and ore detector off. Better not be on. Thank you. So, yeah, it's something with the ore detectors, because I am not getting that kind of lag when the ore detector is off. Which is very, very strange. So I need to play musical chairs here a little bit. I did put some lights on Snuffles. I did. Standard navigation lights. I actually googled this and actually looked it up, and this is the proper configuration for navigation lights for an aircraft. So, you're welcome. And I haven't put on the, sorry, the tiered thrusters on Snuffles just yet. Because, well, I was dealing with mining who's-he what's-its, which can be annoying just by themselves. Oh wait, I did go through and do the parts for that. Yeah, I should do that. Okay, Sparky, sit tight for a sec. Sit tight. I'll get to you in a minute. But I did go through and do the parts for the tiered thrusters, and yes, I did get gold. I finally was able to go out and get some gold. And that is why there are azimuth reactors on Snuffles right now. Because she needed them. I was getting very, very, very upset. Yeah, I actually have the gold to go through and do this, which is kind of nice. And if I need more gold, I've got a hole over there, because I didn't use Snuffleupagus to go and get them, because one of the problems here is that... Oh god. Why? Why the lag right now? I'm not doing anything. This is really, really upsetting. One of the reasons why I replaced the vanilla small reactors for the azimuth reactors is this reason here. We're going to the control panel and we'll look at the reactors. Okay, the small reactors, which is what Sal put on here to begin with, the max output on the small reactors is 500 kilowatts, which is kind of dumb for a nuclear reactor. 500 kilowatts? You're kidding me? Really? They call this balance? That's dumb. So, I put on one of the azimuth reactors, and this is what I found out. 2 megawatts. 4 times the power output of one small reactor. And here's the... Huh? What? Here's one of those moments, okay? That connector had 3 small reactors attached to it. I had to put 3 azimuth tiny reactors and attach them to that connector. Also, this connector over here, I had to do the 3 azimuth reactors on as well, because it just was not cutting the mustard. The small reactors and their output, I couldn't even lift Snuffles off the deck. It was that bad. It's that the power output of the small reactors is that bad. So I had to do the azimuth reactors, which I am not upset about because I like them aesthetically. They're a very nice mod, and you should totally grab them up because they're epic. And the funny part is, I think that I think that the azimuth mod was done by Tumble? I don't know. It's either Tumble or Tartarus that did the azimuth mod. And yeah, they're kind of awesome. And yeah, I use the pedestal stuff. I may go back and put in a different pedestal in there, but yes, we're gonna do these because we need them, because we need that kind of power. The vanilla thrusters are just not doing very much. I can't really stop too well. I can't accelerate. Well, it's a mining ship, so it doesn't really need to accelerate, but I like being able to get out there instead of having to press W for ages just to get the stupid thing to move. It's kind of annoying. And it means that if I actually show, like, a mining run or something like that in a video, it's going to take forever because the acceleration of the engines sucks. Okay, good. Right, so I'm going to dump everything but my plates in there. But in here, I'm gonna come through and grab these. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a couple trips, that's fine. Yeah, I know. I didn't even was able to grab the motors. That's a lot of superconductors. Wow. Heavy, too. And they need 58 motors apiece, which is just crazy. But I hope they're worth it, because that's a lot of parts for something that won't necessarily work out too well. But yeah, I've been cruising through, like, the fair use stuff a lot the last couple of days. And there's a lot of YouTubers that are very, very ticked off about this stuff. And as well they should be. Because it's just... sorry. It's just not okay to go through and do some of the things that's been happening. And it appears as though there's no recourse for douchebaggery. And there needs to be consequences for being a douchebag. Because otherwise they're just going to be encouraged to be more of a douchebag. So there's that. Yay. Now the ones on the sides are doing pretty good, so I think we're going to leave it like that. But let's give this thing a go. Let's give it a test. And you notice, standing here idle, I was using 60-70% of the power that Snuffles had. And sitting here idle on the deck is not very strenuous. Ooh. Massive overload. Crippling overload. Huh. So that's a thing. So we may have to go with the, azimuth reactors here on the aft as well. And one of the good things about having the azimuth reactors versus the vanilla ones is that the azimuth reactors actually have connectors, so you can connect additional reactors to them if you need that much power. Whereas the small reactors that are vanilla, you can't do much with. So okay. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's right. I need to have the ship on so I can use the conveyors. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and queue up 3 of the tiny azimuth reactors, provided I can find them. We need a search function here, because trying to go through and find parts that you want to put together in the assembler is freaking annoying, and they're never alphabetical. Ever. And everything's all over the place. See, that's a decoy next to drills. Next to the azimuth drills. And it's like... whatever. Search function needed. Okay. There we go. Get 3 of those queued up. While we go through and get this. They're just not providing enough power. Oopsie. See, that's part of the woes that I had, and why I was having such trouble trying to design a small ship, because, I mean, it's really hard to go through and try and design a small ship when you're trying to figure out thrust to weight to power ratios and everything, and it really just seems like, you know, when it comes to that sort of thing with Keen, I don't think they've figured out the balance of that yet. I mean, 2 megawatts for one of those small little reactors and everything like that. That makes sense. 500 kilowatts does not make any sense. That's my power mod. That's the one I'm going with. Whoopsie. Boom. I haven't really changed the overall design, and that is time. I think I'm gonna go through and record a couple of episodes for you guys. So, that is the finishing touch, for now, of the reactors. Maybe we can figure out this power problem. I really, really, really want to finish these problems so that I can go back to building the base. Because I really want to finish the base. So, yeah, I mean, you can see I've started up here for the living quarters. I haven't done really anything with the living quarters. I'd still need to put a roof on the base. So, you know, trying to figure out get all the resources worked up and all of those things. See you next time, Dutchie.